Hello everyone, I am Tacet and it is the Black Hawk event week, which means it is time to release the event keys for the Kraken. So what we're going to be doing here is going to be showing a few Kraken builds, but before we do, going to be using a bunch of event keys to try to get it. Kraken is currently this week on PC and mobile the only legendary in the drop pool for event keys, so it's going to be ridiculously easy to get him. Should probably within 50 you should be able to get one. Hopefully by the end of this 212 we will be able to get 5 to get it to mythic. So that's what we're doing right now. Let's see, there's one, and there's Bonnie. I actually didn't get her yet. We'll be explaining her more in the other video, as well as the new Mimic, but we just got those. What I mainly need here are more Bonnies and more little Johnnies, particularly the Bonnies, or actually particularly the little Johnnies. The Bonnies I can just buy from the shop, Johnny I can't, and the rest will just get naturally. So yeah, let's do that again and use them all. Might even need to do a little extra. Let's see, I need to keep track of how many Krakens I get. Okay, there we go. 4 Krakens, I think I got enough. No, I still need one more actually, but with this many keys I'm pretty sure I'll get it. Wow, 4 Krakens just from a 50 drop. That's pretty nice. And there's the last 2. I have all that I need. Actually, I don't even think I really need to do any more at this point to save them for future events. So let's go upgrade our Kraken all the way. And then we're pretty much good to go. Oh yeah, we have 3 copies. Or 3 extra copies. So yeah, that's definitely enough. We'll ascend that. I don't believe my little Johnny is mythic yet, though. I'll go double check that real quick. Let's just level it up, get it all the way up to max stats, and then we can go show some Kraken teams. So let's just double check on our, come on, level up. There we go. Let's just go double check on our kingdom. The new kingdom, there it is. It's all the way at the top. I didn't even need to scroll down. Yeah, I only got little Johnny. He's like 5 copies off. I don't know. Maybe later on in the week I'll do a few. But let's go do the PvP battles now and actually show some Kraken teams. First off, Kraken Valkyrie Justice Queen map. The Valkyrie Justice Queen map combo is pretty insane right now. It can get excessively high damage. What actually makes it pretty broken is it's actually twice as strong as any other Guardian, simply because even though it has a 4 times boost ratio, just like all the other ones, this 4 times ratio is basically like an 8 times because it's doing both HP and attack instead of just 1 on all of the other ones. So it's gaining 8 stats in total, 4 life and 4 attack for every frozen enemy, on top of what's already said on the ability based on magic. So it does a lot of stats, a excessively high amount, but might as well use it. So right here, we'll actually let it take skulls. We'll use a Valkyrie next turn. Actually, there's 2 places that I can take skulls. We'll probably use it on purple or green, depending on where they go. Looks like a purple, so we'll get that started. One really good thing about the Kraken with a blue spawning team is the Kraken does indeed spawn some blue itself, so that can be very useful. You can normally just loop it between like 2 colors. Unfortunately, there's not like an excessive amount of colors here, so we'll probably have to go yellow. Hopefully get an extra turn off flat, and we do not. That would have been all that we needed for Valkyrie. Luckily, he's frozen on that, so we don't really need to worry about him taking any turns. So we'll get our yellow there, get a Valkyrie cast off, and then hopefully get this thing looping would be ideal. So we'll use that. And luckily, we're not looping on anything that having a frozen Kraken will really matter. The only thing that will be mattering on is skulls, but we're not really going to be taking any skulls. We can just aim at something that's not skulls, like purple, and hopefully get the Kraken up with it. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot. We don't actually get the extra turn off the purple, though, unless we could have gotten it on the blue. But because he's frozen on that, we'll be able to spawn some blue and hopefully get that up. Just to get this out of the way, I'm going to take the skulls there, just get the Bone Dragon out. Just so we don't have to deal with it. He did just take some blue, which is a little bit annoying, but we'll use that ability. 40% chance every single time it casts to be able to devour, plus it damages the last 2 enemies. Very, very powerful. That's a very high chance of devour as well that it has on it. So a lot of uses that you can use for that. It's a really good back counter, particularly for later on in the game, because there hasn't really been any really good ones for later on in the game. There's Assassin class, but you'd have to actually set your class to Assassin, which many people don't do. But now there's a really good option for later on in the game, and for pretty much any part of the game. But that's what it does. Deal damage to the last 2 enemies, and creates 9 blue and a 40% chance to devour the last enemy. It does have impervious to stun, which of course is very good since it has 2 abilities that trigger off it. Actually, out of every single immunity in the game, of course, impervious is a full immunity, but any like immunity that only protects against one thing, immunity to stun is probably the best as long as they actually have good traits, because that means you always get to keep their traits and stun will do nothing. Because if you have immunity to one other thing, let's just say like mana shield for instance, well, someone can just stun that and then they won't be immune to mana shield anymore. But stun, of course, you can't stun or immunity to stun. But it also has huge, which gives it extra life on 4 times and higher matches. And it did used to have a different ability. Right now it is gained 2 to random skill at the end of each turn. As when the next patch of 2.2 comes out, that will be switched to what it originally was going to be, which is deal 3 damage to all enemies when taking 4 times or higher matches. This ended up getting reworked because there was a bug with it, but it will be fixed in the next patch. So that's that team. Well, let's go show 2 more of them with the Kraken. Another Bone Dragon team. Bone Dragons are everywhere in late game, so let's do this. Green Stare, Giant Spider, Web Spinner, Kraken. If this was version 2.2, we'd be using the same exact team, except with double Kraken instead of a Web Spinner here. But because he doesn't have the legendary ability, or the better legendary unique ability, we're going with this instead, just so Web Spinner can displace the lack of damage that we do not have because of that. So we'll do this. Oh, I wanted to take these as if we could do a Valkyrie. Forgot, we're not using the Valkyrie anymore, but we could still do something out of this. So we'll do that, convert out the reds. We don't even use red. We don't use red or brown with this team, but we don't really need it, so. Okay, we got Web Spinner up. Don't really think I want to use it, though. There's blue. Can't use it directly. If we could convert it, that would actually probably be better, so we'll do that. Normally, I want to keep the blue on the board to keep looping the Kraken, but if we can just loop the Web Spinner instead, then hey, might as well basically be the same thing. So let's see. We can do it on yellow, and I might just do that. Yeah, we'll do it on yellow, and then I'll start casting Web Spinner, and then we can hopefully clear the board out enough that it's blue on the board again, and then do the start doing the Kraken. So hopefully this won't miss. I probably should have taken some of this brown there. Oh yeah, that's a really bad hit. Complete miss. Not even enough mana to really recast anything either, which is a little bad. One good thing about this team, or with using Web Spinner with the Kraken in general, is they can actually loop between each other. You would need a lot of blues on the board to really get it consistently going, but you can actually loop between just a Giant Spider and a Kraken combo, and it works decently well. And we'll do this, hopefully get that Devour. If not, ooh, that's not that good. Earlier Cascade at the beginning, definitely starting to hurt right now. But we'll take those greens, get our Giant Spider up. He'll probably Bone Dragon and kill our first slot, or Green Stare right there, which will help us get mana on our Kraken, but of course we're going to lose a troop and take quite a bit of damage on our Giant Spider, but we'll be able to make a little spider spawn in front of it, make sure nothing really gets damaged further than that, and he is going to drain it, unfortunately, but we'll just take mana again. He'll probably drain it again. Yeah, we'll take mana, he'll drain it. Okay, perfect, we even get that, so he won't be able to drain us yet, so we'll take that. Here we can bait out the skull, we'll get the little spider spawn, and I will take the browns this time, won't make that mistake again. Let's see, let's go, take on blue. And what now? I want to take mana to try to get the Green Stare, but it's not actually here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll probably just have to settle for green. I really don't want to have to take green since we're kind of I need to keep as many green on the board. Normally that's what we use the Green Stare for, obviously just to replace the amount of greens, but we can't do that now. So we got Kraken back up. Now we have a blue problem. So we'll take that. I could try doing Kraken there and hopefully get it there. There's not that many green, so let's hope we can get a Devour. We actually haven't gotten a single Devour off. There we go. So that's what it does. 40% chance to Devour. Very, very powerful in that. As you saw with the earlier team, it's good up front. You can also use it in the back. Pretty much any slot you use it in is going to be fairly well. Normally, I would say a second slot might be best. First slot, it might die too quickly. And all the way in the back, you might not be able to use it in time. Obviously, we'll win before we even lose probably our Giant Spider, especially after we just killed his main damage source. But sometimes you might want to put it in a more of a frontline location. So there we go. Poison will kill that. Now all we really have to do is get some skull damage on the Mana Core. The Mana Core is starting to get quite a bit of attack at this point, though. I don't need to worry about his armor buff. He's just going to die soon. So, okay, that one undone. We could try a Kraken again. The only problem is we can't actually devour the Mana Core because of the impervious on it. Can't poison it either, so we'll just have to take it out with 2 damage instances, most likely. Use this on the green. Doesn't matter if we really deny our Kraken's blues for the most part. We'll just take up skulls and then kill it off with the... Oh, I should have taken brown right there. But we'll kill it off now with the Kraken. Or not. Oh, good. It didn't go for it. So, there we go. We'll go for the Kraken kill on 33 damage. At least it is starting to gain some magic from the current ability. But the gain 2 stats to random skill every single turn is pretty bad. I honestly, right now, I would say hold off on trading it. But later on, you would definitely want to trade it. Like when the next patch comes out and they fix its ability, it is going to be insanely strong. And as you can see again, Bone Dragon, 3 and 3. Every single battle we had so far has had a Bone Dragon in it. But yeah, we're going to use Gorgoltha Dragon Soul combo, using the Giant Spider again, because Giant Spider with the Kraken can loop pretty well, and we'll kind of just go from there. And since the Giant Spider is the only blue that we are using, there won't be anything blocking it. So, should go pretty well. We'll go for these purples right off the bat, hope for a blue. But we'll just keep taking the purples and get up our Dragon Soul. Of course, using the normal Dragon Soul banner. Might as well just be renamed to that. +2 purple, +1 red. Works so well with it. And of course, it doesn't matter that it's -1 yellow. It already explodes, so it's just going to be exploding those anyways. You're not actually going to be manually taking any yellows whenever you use a Dragon Soul. So yeah, we'll just convert this over, use Dragon Soul again, maybe even use the Kraken right now, though we did just deny quite a bit of our blue, but hey, let's go for it. Maybe we can devour that hero of his. We didn't get the devour, we didn't get the extra turn, we didn't get anything really out of that, but he will waste his turn on skulls somewheres, and then we'll be able to start hitting at him again. And we'll kind of be able to use the Dragon Soul as board clear. That'll clear out pretty much all the board. You can use the Gorgoltha too, which has more explosions, would be good for clearing out the board. Right now, we just need it so we can get better casts with these two. We do not want to convert that out, so we'll just have to go for Gorgoltha here. And hopefully we don't put too many brown here, or he's going to get an extra turn. Okay, never mind. We get an extra turn from the Cascade. So that works out nice. Let's just throw this. Hopefully, can we get Devour? Let's see Devour. There we go. Devoured hero. Of course, immunity will counter that, but hey, he doesn't have immunity. Only thing that he has immunity on is his first troop, but we're going to be hitting from the back on up, so we don't have to worry about that. And we're starting to somewhat do the loop here. Like, let's see if we can actually get the extra turn. Yeah, the Giant Spider Kraken loop. Actually, we didn't get it any further than that, but it can loop. It does have the potential of looping if you get lucky enough, where you can just keep casting over and over again between the two. Normally, it doesn't work that perfectly, but of course, they do both feed each other mana back and forth. And if you can get something that can feed them both green mana, then you got even more mana. So let's see, we'll just take some yellow here. We have big, huge. So much tankiness, plus granite skin. Works pretty well. Let's see. Okay, we'll have to do board clear. Use Giant Spider or even just Dragon Soul, and then kill it out with a Kraken cast. And that will be the match. Oh, wow, I was going to use Carnex on one skull explosion. Okay. So let's see. Can we still not do a good cast? Okay, we can do it on brown. There it is. So we'll do that. Use our Kraken, and that would actually be team wipe if it devours. So let's try going for the 40% chance to instantly win. And hey, we get a treasure map. So let's go do that. Come on, devour. Let's see that devour. Devour. There we go. Perfect. We got like 2 or 3 devours that time too. Well, that is the new Kraken. If you want it on PC Mobile this week, it is the only legendary currently in the event drop pool. So definitely make sure and go get it if you want one. Normally you'll get it within about 50. Of course, luck could be a little bit different. You could get it within 1. You could get it within 100. It's pretty random in how it goes. But anyways, that will wrap it up for this video. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.